Hi, Renee.
Oh,
Welcome, welcome.
how are you guys?
We're
Great.
amazing. How are you?
Amazing.
I am fantastic. I'm so excited to be here, and I'm just so proud to be a part of this amazing panel. The first two speakers were absolutely incredible. I was like on edge, like hanging on every single word. It was amazing. So,
I feel like my hand's gonna get cramped. I'm like
Oh,
writing notes.
hard acts to follow for sure.
babe, we are super stoked. We don't want to take too much of your time. We'll do a quick intro and let you dive right in, and we'll have some time to catch up afterwards. But we are super stoked to have you on today, Renee.
Super excited.
Yes.
Thank you.
This is Renee Hastings. She is the president and CEO of Executive Help Now, a virtual assistant service agency, which we absolutely love. She and her cohort of managers, specialists, podcast producers, and executive assistants provide administrative support, video podcast production support, and business consulting services to small business owners, content creators, show hosts, busy executives everywhere. Renee is amazing, incredible, and she's going to be talking about delegating for success, the power of virtual assistants. We love you, virtual
Hey,
assistants.
Awesome.
all you, babe.
Hello, everyone. Hi there. Am I sharing my screen?
Nope,
First and
not.
Oh, doggone. Okay. I'm following taking a page out of Holly's book.
Hey,
So
it's technology, so we gotta be agile.
we gotta love it. I'm telling you. Okay, so I'm gonna share screen two. Share. How about now?
There we go. Yeah.
All right, cool beans. Thank you, Holly, for the tutorial. So, love it, love it. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you guys. So my name is Renee Hastings, and I am the CEO of Executive Help Now, which is a virtual assistant service agency. And we are dedicated to helping entrepreneurs like yourselves finish strong in 2024 and start fresh for 2025. And I have to say that 2024 has been an amazing year. Even though it hasn't always been rainbows and skittles, it's been an amazing year. And why? Because we built character, we built strength, we built intestinal fortitude, and it made us stronger in 2024. So without those experiences that we went through this year, we wouldn't be able to face 2025 without fear. So today I'm here to talk about how mastering delegation and leveraging virtual assistants is going to be key to that process, specifically AI ready virtual assistants. And these are human virtual assistants that I'm talking about. Going to be an absolute game changer for you as you're finishing strong and starting fresh. So, one of the things that we think about when we think about delegation, a lot of people have fear. And one of the fears that most people have when it comes to delegating is this fear of perfectionism. So, some individuals believe that they can perform the task better than anyone else, and it makes it difficult to let go of control. So, even in my own situation, when I was starting the business, I had to, first of all, get my own assistant so I could actually speak to potential new clients about what that experience is like. I could do that because I've been there myself. I know exactly what you're going through. It is not easy, but trust me when I tell you, it is worth it. So let go of that perfectionism that you're hanging on to. And then those trust issues. Many people find it hard just to trust other people to complete the task to their standards or to their satisfaction. Another thing that can easily be worked through. Lack of training. Delegating effectively requires knowing how to communicate tasks clearly and to provide the necessary guidance, which not everyone is skilled at. A lot of entrepreneurs have been doing what they do for so long on their own that they haven't written down anything. It's all in their head. And they just know what they do because it's what they do all the time. But when they have to explain it to somebody else, then there can be a bit of confusion or some steps missed or assumed or things like that. It can be worked through, trust me. So also there could be this fear of mistakes. There's a fear that the person that you delegated it to might make a mistake and it could lead to potential problems or setbacks. And when I tell you, nobody is perfect. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Virtual assistants aren't perfect. but you work through them together. And you try to avoid as many mistakes from good communication on the front end to avoid that on the back end. And then there's also a time investment. Some people might say, well, I could just do this faster and easier myself if I just do it myself. But really, is that the best use of your time as an owner of a whole business? Not usually. And then some people fear losing control because some managers, when they delegate, feel like they're losing control over the work processes or the outcomes. If you are going to scale your business or grow to that next level in 2025, you can't be the one doing all the things. You have to build a team. You have to build a team that you trust. And this is how we're going to get through that. So, and we're here to help you do that. And these feelings are totally understandable. Don't get me wrong, because you're human. We're all human. And on some level, each of us may have some power and control issues, whether it's a big high level or just a smidge. We've all got some things to work through, and we're happy to work through them with you. And it's our years of experience of working with executives that helps us be able to help you navigate through that. So I actually had a client, several clients before they came on and shared these exact same thoughts with me and what led to this part of the presentation. I just felt like they're not alone. It's been my experience as well. Let's definitely talk about it and get the elephant out of the room. Because if we think about it, the more we keep on our plate, the more we keep from delegating, the more we'll experience burnout, the more opportunities we'll miss, and the more unhappy clients we'll have because we're not going to be able to operate with the same level of excellence as we did when we weren't as busy or until we started delegating. So the truth is that holding on to too much can actually hinder your growth and lead to these burnout, missed opportunities, and unhappy clients, which nobody wants. We work too hard as entrepreneurs. I know you can relate. So there is power in delegation. When you think about all of these things that we just talked about, there's good news is that effective delegation can be a powerful success tool for you as you embrace it and prepare to finish the year strong. So imagine this picture on the left side for those of you that are watching online. There's this huge stack of papers, of course, a neatly stacked of paper, but still a stack nonetheless. But if you think about having to engage with all of these things that are on these pieces of paper, that takes a lot of time. So time management is that high value tasks should be engaged in by you, the executive and the business owner. Any of these other things, as far as time management goes, can be delegated to someone else. So let the experts do what they do best. When you don't delegate to an expert, you're holding them back from being able to operate in their own gifts. So you don't want to do that. Don't be a robber of someone being able to share their gifts with the world. And also think about the scalability. Delegation is essential for scaling a business, as we just talked about. It enables you to expand your ventures and manage larger operations without being overwhelmed by the details. You don't need to be in all the details. Yes, you need to oversee, and somebody needs to oversee the details, but it doesn't have to be you. And it helps you maintain that strategic focus. Delegating routine tasks often frees up your time to focus on strategic things for the business, innovation, decision-making, casting vision for your crew, for all the people on your teams. Those are the things that you need to be focused on as the owner of the business. And then work-life balance. Everyone needs work-life balance, and effective delegation can help you do that by reducing your workload and stress levels and enabling you to leave the office at a decent hour, have more meals at home with your family, quit missing all your kids' games and recitals. You don't want those situations, as our previous speaker just talked about. That time together as a family is so crucial, so important, and you don't want to miss out on those things. So delegate some of those things that are keeping you from being able to be fully present with your family. The next thing we want to talk about is how important delegation is when it comes to empowerment and development. Delegating responsibilities can empower your team members. foster growth, and improve overall organizational effectiveness. So those are some of the reasons why you want to delegate. But then you may have these questions. Well, what do I delegate? I get that question so many times. People who often delegate, one of the first things that they delegate are some of the financial management things, especially if you travel a lot and you have a lot of receipts and you need somebody to keep track of your receipts, or a bookkeeping and that sort of thing. Most, when we polled some millionaires who, about what the things that they delegate, one of the things that they delegated at first was their tax planning, investment management, and accounting. When it comes to your virtual assistant, they can help you prepare for those things, keeping track of all of your receipts, doing expense reports for you as you come back from travel, those sorts of things. Totally frees you up. You don't have to be the person to do those things. And then there are these administrative tasks like email management, calendar management, making those travel arrangements, doing the presentations for you. All of those administrative tasks the executive assistants in the office do, your virtual assistant can do from the comfort of their own home at the hours that work best for them, and still allow you to meet your deadline and free you up for being able to focus on the things that are most important to your business. Some of the other things that they delegate are household management. A lot of households, when people are delegating, they'll often delegate household chores, bringing in housekeepers, chefs or nannies or personal trainers. All of those things can be arranged for by your virtual assistant so that you can still be freed up, whether you're at home or you're at work. You still can have a lightened load, which is so important to your mental health, good mental health and stability and well-being. Business operations they'll delegate tasks like human resource type activities, marketing or customer service, logistics to managers and specialized teams. All of these are able to be done from a virtual perspective. Also, legal affairs. Most millionaires that we polled delegate their legal affairs to those who have that skill and expertise, which is, of course, very wise, and we do well to follow in their footsteps. And health and wellness, whether you're a personal trainer, nutritionist, or health coaches, they're often hired to ensure that you maintain optimal health and wellness. And even if you're not a millionaire, you're on your way there, you're a business owner with valuable offerings. As you think about how you're going to finish 2024 strong and start the 2025 looking ahead, we want you to think about what will you delegate first. These are things that you can think about from now and get ready for the new year. So as we talk about delegating, we also want to think about the power of artificial intelligence. So this is something that is not new, but is becoming much more prevalent and used so intricately on a day-to-day basis and so many different things that we do. And there's so many different platforms and tools that are coming at us left and right. We don't often know which ones would be the best use for the things that we need to have done. So when you hire a virtual assistant, be sure to hire one who has this skill, has this knowledge, has this understanding of this, who's an AI ready, we call them AI ready virtual assistants. And that's where these virtual assistants come in. They are rock stars who not only understand your business, but they are also fluent in the language of AI. So you'll want to make sure that when you are looking for someone with that skill set, it's because you don't want to have to become the expert in everything AI. There's just too much going on out there. You've already got a full plate. You don't have all the time to learn all the new things. So when you hire an AI-ready virtual assistant, that's one thing that's off your plate that you know is going to lead to increased productivity. They're always on the cutting edge, always looking for the new tools that can increase that productivity and make sure that you're staying in lockstep with the latest in technology and not being left behind because your competition has taken hold of this and ran with it. And that's another way that you can maximize your own efficiency. With AI automation and data analysis, your virtual assistant makes work processes smoother and more efficient. And this gives you more time to focus on big picture ideas. So definitely think about what that looks like as you are thinking about why you would do this. There's got to be a return on this investment, because an investment in a virtual assistant is definitely that. It's an investment in you. It's an investment in yourself. And so as you think about that, how can you maximize this? You want to make sure that when you are bringing someone else on your team, that they are the right person for your team and that it will make good sense. So like if you are, so you're just for purpose of this illustration, making $100 an hour, but you're checking your email every 15 minutes. That is $100 an hour divided by, the 15 minutes is a lot of money spent for those 15 minutes that could be spent by someone else who's not making $100 an hour, but just as effective at managing the email. I hope this is making sense. So think about that as we boost your efficiency and ROI by strategically using virtual assistants for high impact tasks. So those are the tasks that need to get done that you don't have to be the one to get done, but it's more cost effective for someone else to do. So I believe someone calls it a time cost value analysis of when you think about the best use of your time dollar wise, as opposed to what someone else could be able to do that for at a lesser price, but just as well. So by using virtual assistants instead of temporary hires, companies can save around $10,000 to $20,000 per year in hiring and administrative costs, which includes recruitment, onboarding, and potential severance expenses for short-term roles. So depending on where you are in the world, this may or may not apply to you, but that's what one of our sources has shared with us. And that as you are scaling your business, you can easily scale a virtual assistant's hours up or down depending on the volume needed, or if it's a seasonal business that you have, maybe you don't need them the whole year, maybe you don't need them all day. It's really important to understand what your business structure looks like and to bring on a virtual assistant. One of the benefits is that you can have that nimble ability to fluctuate as your business fluctuates, which is super awesome. And expertise on demand, you can access specialized skills as needed, saving approximately $1,500 to $5,000 per year in training costs. It's because when a virtual assistant joins your team, they come already with the skills, they come already with the knowledge. And so there's not nearly as much time spent getting them up to speed so that they can do the things that you need to have done. So definitely something to think about for sure. So as you're selecting high value tasks for your virtual assistants, think about the importance of client communication, making sure that all your clients know that you are aware of them and their needs. You don't have to be the one to send all the emails. There's certainly templates that can be created that your virtual assistant sends out on your behalf, so it looks like they came from you and you're taking a personal interest in them. Also, CRM management. There's so many new contacts that we made in this world of networking and referral partners and things like that. You don't want to lose track of a single one, and you want to nurture every single one to the best of your ability, but it doesn't have to be your ability. It can be your virtual assistant's ability on your behalf. It's like having an extension of yourself, even though you're not there, you're really there. And it's a great partnership to have. Marketing support, being sure that they are there and managing your social media. Every business needs to have a social media presence. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. But social media takes time, it takes effort. There's a lot involved in it. As a busy entrepreneur, you just don't have time for it. And so that's where your virtual assistant comes in. And then, of course, those administrative tasks that we talked about earlier. Those things are so critical, so important, especially calendar management. When you're trying to meet with other busy people, you don't have time to coordinate calendars. Let your assistant do that. They are experts at doing that and love doing it. So as we're talking about bringing these amazing virtual assistants onto your team and delegating for success, there's time and effort that's needed to find the next team rock star. So before you start to go down that path, one of the things you may want to do is make a list of what are the things, some of the that you would have them do as you think about your business now, as you're finishing 2024, and as you think about your business at the start of 2025. What do you want it to look like? Make a list of what those things are, and before you get ready to reach out. And then that way, when you are communicating what your needs are, it's very clear. There's no question about it. Everyone knows it's right here. And then look for a reputable agency that can help you out. Reputable agencies have vetted their virtual assistants, they've interviewed them, they've trained them. I know at Executive Help Now, we have a standard and a training program that allows us to assign virtual assistants to clients. And we know that we can trust our clients with them because of how well that they have been trained and the passion that they have for serving with a heart of excellence. And then, so as you're continuing your efforts to find a virtual assistant, conduct thorough interviews, making sure that you don't just rely on resumes, but taking the time to interview potential virtual assistants to assess their knowledge of AI, their communication skills, and their overall fit with your company culture. You certainly don't want someone to come in as an extension of your team who doesn't share your values. Those things are so important and critical to your success. And if there's anything that we can do, we are here to help you with that for sure. So as we think about finishing strong and starting fresh by mastering delegation, I love these words of Ronald Reagan, who said, surround yourself with great people, delegate authority, then get out of the way. Those are the greatest words and the best advice as you think about how your business is just going to take off in 2025 because you have mastered the art of delegation. So in order to help you at that, we have a few gifts to share. There is a QR code to scan here. And when you scan this QR code with your phone, then you'll get our list of ultimate productivity tools to help elevate your efficiency. And it's a curated collection of top-rated tools for project management, team collaboration, and more. These are some of the best resources that we have found that we use that really help us out a lot on our day-to-day basis. And then some people often have a question about, well, what would I do with a virtual assistant? Well, here, and if you scan the code, you'll also get access to our guide of what can a virtual assistant do for you. So that answers that question very thoroughly and helps to be a memory jogger or just a thought provoker of the different things that someone can do. And if there's something that you need them to do that's not in the book, just have a conversation. You never know. There are some teams members that have so many different skills and expertise. And for our freebie here for participants on this platform, for the first 5 people to book a call with me and sign up for services, you'll receive 3 free bonus hours of virtual administrative support. Just scan this code for my Calendly link. And I hope you have your phones and you're just holding it up to the screen. So quick, schedule a time with me. I'll be happy to talk to you about your needs and your services so that we can help you get started in 2025 the way that you want. Here is I'm on all the socials, on Facebook and Instagram at Executive Help Now, website www.executivehelpnow.org, my email address renee@executivehelpnow.org, and I have a YouTube channel, podcast called Renee Speaks at Renee Hastings. So thank you all, and just remember that you were made for something great. So go and be awesome.
Yay, Renee. Oh, we love you.
Thank you, Renee.
That was awesome. We love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
You can take
I love all the tools that you gave. I was just looking at the list of tools that you put up there. I'm like, oh, I use that one. And oh, I love that one. So great minds think alike.
I got a witness. Yeah.
Couple in there I haven't used, so I have to check some of them out. I haven't used some of them, so I'm going to go back in and check out some of those automation tools for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Don't
Glad it can
forget,
help.
we will, for those of you watching the replay, still go ahead and set a meeting with Renee. Even if you're not one of the top 5, make sure that you're connecting with her, like learning about what she can do, but also she's an educator. She's a natural educator. And so even on that intro call, she's going to talk you through, like, help you kind of come to fruition, have those moments of clarity of what you might be able to delegate, or like kind of where some needs might be for you. And Renee, we are so thankful to have you on. Obviously, we're big believers in VA services, even before we met you, but you are definitely the queen of it. Your team is incredible. You've sourced and continue to source a curated team based on your clients' needs. And you're very good at projecting as well. So bringing on those VAs even before they're needed, which is incredible. So you're a great resource for that, but even more so, like, yeah, we love you.
Oh, awesome. The feeling is mutual.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. This has been great.
We don't forget, Lizzie's putting into our online business manager running it. I know Renee has her online business manager, May, who I've become friendly with, but Lizzie's ours. And so Lizzie's behind the scenes running it, and I was kind of just cracking up. We should get May and Lizzie together one day, so that way they can talk crap about us.
We should definitely avoid that at all costs. Don't
have a secret recorder going on in the back.
Oh, that sounds like a terrible idea.
They love us, and they're the glue that holds us together. Wouldn't you agree? Like having 100%. That
100%.
Oh my gosh, 100%. Yeah, May is amazing. Our whole team of podcast producers are amazing. I mean, just the whole crew, they're all so fantastic.
Yes, we're not dissing the rest of them, but our right hand people, they hold different space for us.
Right. Talking us off the ledge.
Yeah. Or kicking us in the tail. Be like, you were supposed to do this now. I love it.
Yeah.
I love we have just a little bit of time because Amanda and I are next. So we can take this moment to share. What was the hardest thing for you to personally delegate? I want to ask you both this. When you first started delegating,
everything?
What was the hardest?
Ditto. I'm with Amanda. Everything. I didn't realize before I had to delegate things that I had trust issues. It like hit me like a ton of bricks. Like I came out of nowhere. I'm like, wait, what is all of this trepidation, and why am I sweating, and why am I shaking? I don't understand this. Where is this coming from? And that's when I realized it was because I had to actually let go and trust that someone else would handle my business, as well as me. Yeah, it was hard. It was a whole thing. Yeah.
I absolutely. I find that I had a hard time with all of it. I actually didn't have a hard time with a few things. Like I had absolutely no problem handing off the phones. Like, I don't want to talk on the phone. Here you go. I don't ever want to talk on the phone. Here you go. So that stuff was really easy. The things I really hated were super easy to delegate because but ultimately I didn't think that they would make or break my business. I think it was really hard for me to give up anything financial because I have a natural distrust of people who are looking at my books, and I'm like, I don't want you seeing what's in the back end. I don't want to, you hear all these horror stories of like people like embezzling from you, et cetera, et cetera. And so I had a really hard time giving up financial control in any way, shape, or form. I mean, I've gotten over it. I have a financial advisor, and I've had people who do like bookkeepers and CPAs and accountants. So I've let go of that somewhat, but I still look at them because I'm always kind of like,
right. You still got to trust but verify. And one of the things that I found too is that when you start to delegate those small, seemingly inconsequential things on a regular basis, and they're handled well repeatedly over and over again, you build that trust over time. And as that trust is built over time, it's easier for you to delegate more things that may have a little bit more of an impact. But it can sometimes be a slow journey as you get comfortable as the business owner, releasing and letting go of one small thing at a time at first before you just dump on all of the most important things.
Yeah, it is those baby steps. I will say mine was because, and you said this earlier too, that most are just doers, and that's me. So like, even though I loved SOPs and I help my clients do that, build them and run by them. I was such a doer, like it was all in my head. So mine was that part. And then also taking their word that they didn't need more from me. And not that they were doing it in a disrespectful way. They just didn't want to let me down, but yet I trusted, and they needed more training. And it was on me that I didn't give them as much of the tools as what they needed. And as a leader, I should have seen that. And so those were two things. We do have one question.
Okay.
Main thing to look for when hiring a VA.
I think the main thing to look for is that they share your values.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they share your values and they also have a servant's heart, then those two key factors are a good starting point of what to look for in a virtual assistant. If they have a heart to serve and they share your values, then they will go to the mat for you.
Love that answer. Renee, thank you again so much for being on. I know you're kind of in the background watching and participating as well. So I'm sure we might pull you up again, but thank you.
I'm here. I love it. Thank you guys for this. This has been truly amazing. I'm taking notes from all the other speakers so I can finish strong and start fresh as well.
Awesome. And don't forget, all this is in the replays, including all the links. Make sure that you're following Renee, asking her questions, schedule her for that free consult, and download all of her stuff, all of her freebies. We love
freebies. Love it. Thanks, guys.
All right. Bye, Renee.
Bye.
Hey, Amanda.
Well, hey there.
You ready for us? It is us, everybody.
It is our time.